Good Monday afternoon. We're back on the Lore Masters channel. He has wanted to do a special for the Martin Luther King holiday today. So he has come up with a story for that, and we hope you like it, enjoy it. Give him a thumbs up, pass it on, and hope you'll subscribe to his channels. He has a lot of good content. So the story is going to be Craig of the Creek. It's a Martin Luther King Day special. The episode title will be Finding Your Voice. It's thoughtful, funny, and heartfelt. And it's all about courage, peaceful leadership, and using your voice. In Act 1, we're going to call that The Fear. Creekwood Middle School is preparing for its annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day Assembly. There's a school play about Dr. King and the Civil Rights Movement. Craig is cast as a narrator, not Martin Luther King himself, which makes him extremely nervous. He freezes up during a rehearsal when he sees the auditorium full of empty seats. Craig admits to Kelsey, "I'm good at talking when it's just us, but everyone listening, that's different." Kelsey's advice was, she treats acting like hero work. Heroes don't stop being scared. They just decide what matters more. Craig isn't convinced. In Act 2, we're going to call that Learning What Leadership Looks Like. Craig and Kelsey walk through the creek so Craig can practice talking, but instead they stumble into chaos. There is a creek conflict going on. The Comic Book Club and the Anime Alliance are in a full-blown feud. The argument started years ago over which art style is superior, reading versus watching, and sub versus dub. The conflict has grown so old that no one remembers how it started. Each group has claimed different territory in the creek and refuses to cross. Kelsey immediately wants to pick a side. Craig doesn't. In Act 3, Craig tries to fix it and fails. Craig attempts local arguments, compromises, asking them to just stop fighting. The conflict escalates into paper projectiles, foam swords, dramatic anime monologues, comic sound effects literally appearing on screen. Craig gets overwhelmed and almost gives up. In Act 4, the lesson clicks. Craig remembers something from the Martin Luther King play rehearsal. Dr. King didn't start by yelling at people. He started by listening. Craig does something unexpected. He sits down between the two groups. He asks them why these stories matter to them. And here's what he learns. Comic kids love stories that are read and imagined. Anime kids love stories that are felt and performed. Both groups love heroes, justice, and big emotions. Craig points out, you're fighting over how stories are told, but you're fighting because you care about the same things. The fighting slows. People start listening. In Act 5, Peace in the Creek. Craig proposes a truce, a comic anime crossover festival. Reading panels, animation screenings, everyone shares why their stories matter. The two rival leaders shake hands, awkwardly, but sincerely. Someone says, "You just solved the oldest fight in the history of the creek." Craig doesn't feel like a hero, but he feels ready. In Act School, the school play. Back at school, Craig still feels nervous, but this time he remembers. He didn't need to be loud. He just needed to be honest. On stage, Craig narrates calmly and confidently. The audience listens. In the final line of the play, it's Craig's narration. Change doesn't always begin with shouting. Sometimes it begins when someone is brave enough to speak and someone else is brave enough to listen. Applause fills the room. Then, back in the creek, the crossover festival immediately collapses into chaos over merch tables. Craig smiles. Kelsey says, "Peace is temporary." Craig replies, "But it's always worth trying." Well, we hoped you liked that Martin Luther King special today. Had a really good message, and we will see you in a few days with another episode about the Michael Myers series. Good day and have a wonderful week.